friends, welcome to Clean Food Beauty Detox Cooking Live Fridays. I'm here and I'm ready to get started with you guys. I am making a sweet basil turkey meatballs with a quinoa pasta, and also I have a zucchini pasta, okay, zucchini spirals. So we're gonna have also a low carb option with the zucchini spirals, okay. So right below I have my ground turkey meat, okay, and over here I have some items that we're gonna go ahead and make our sauce with. So let's go ahead and let's get started, guys. Okay, so over here I have some hot water. If you guys are cooking live with me, great. I'm so happy. I hope you guys are able to shop and get everything you needed to get started, okay? So before, what I did to get started, I went ahead and boiled some hot water. I have 2 pots here, okay? This pot is going to be for my quinoa pasta, okay? So I have some quinoa brown rice pasta that I'm also going to be doing too. If you guys didn't get that, that's fine. We're going to be doing the zucchini spirals. So right now I just want to add some Himalayan pink sea salt, and I'm going to add that to my water, my pasta water. Okay, let me take that top off of there. Just a little salt for the pasta. And I'm going to go ahead and turn that water up. It's already a little hot. Let me go ahead and get it up to medium, so a little boil. So that's already heating, okay? So guys, make sure you go ahead and get your water on now so it can go ahead and start boiling. Put it on like a medium temperature, okay? So right now we're going to get to our sauce, okay? So I have this marinara sauce that I really love, okay? Marinara already has olive oil in it. It has some spices, some garlic and onion. I get this from Trader Joe's and it's so good. I love their marinara sauce, okay? But we are gonna pump this sauce up. We're gonna add some more red onion. We're gonna add some more garlic, and we're gonna go ahead and do that now. Okay, so over here, let's go ahead and get chopping. I'm gonna move my basil over because actually my basil we will be using for the meatballs. Let me go ahead and move some stuff out of the way. So right here I have a chef knife and I have a paring knife, okay? So I want to go ahead and chop my onion. I have a large red onion. Whatever onions that you guys like are fine. I like red onions because they're sweet. Okay, so you're going to go ahead and chop off the tips of the onion. Make sure your knife is nice and sharp before you get started. And we'll go ahead, I'll take my paring knife and just put a little cut on the side to go ahead and grab that peel off of there. Okay. Grab that off. Some of the onion came off, that's okay. Okay, that's nice and clean and ready to go. All right, let me go ahead and get that out of the way. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and chop our onion. I want small dices with my onion. I'm going to take it, put my knife through it, I'm going to chop it in half, okay? And then I'm going to take it and I'm going to chop down again into like half moons, okay? When you get to the end, just let that fall down so that you're safe, you're not cutting your fingers. Make sure as you chop, you're just moving your fingers back away from that knife, okay? And then, you know, I'll take some of those, like a stack of them, and I'll go ahead and get in there and I'll just make little small cuts. And this is going to be for our marinara sauce. Okay, push that to the side. Let's go over here and grab some more. Very simple, just put them all together. And then we're going to chop down, just cut down. If you're not used to using a large knife like this, that's okay. You can use a smaller knife, whatever you're comfortable with. If you want to use a small paring knife, here we go. You can do the same thing. It may take a little longer, but that's okay. Just put your knife in and pull it through. Okay guys, that easy. All right, now I'm gonna go over here and finish cutting. Go ahead and chop that onion up. One nice large onion. Okay, should cut all my pieces. Nice, fast, and easy. All right, guys, and I'm gonna run my knife through just to make them a little smaller. depending on how you like them. Okay, I'm just gonna run it through just a little. Okay, and right there we have our onion. Let me move that to the side. Real quick, let's go ahead and add our olive oil to a hot pan, okay? So over here I'm gonna cut my pan on high, okay? And I'm gonna add about 3 to 5 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay? About 5, okay? We wanna cook that marinara sauce in the oil. Okay, so right now I'm gonna just go ahead and throw my onions in. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and let those cook. Okay, and then back at the cutting board, we're gonna go ahead and get ready to do our garlic. Let me just clean off my cutting board, okay? All right, so right now we're gonna do our garlic. So I have 1 head of garlic, okay? Now what you wanna do, we wanna use the whole head of garlic. So you're just gonna take it and smash it. Make sure you have your cutting board. You're gonna smash it, and all of the little garlic cloves will end up falling off, okay? There we go. Now, I'm a girl that loves garlic. I like a lot of garlic. Garlic is what makes a sauce, okay? Excuse me, guys. The onions are burning my eyes. I have my nose running a little bit. But yeah, I like a lot of garlic, and garlic makes a really good sauce. Okay, so I'm gonna use a whole clove. And one thing with garlic is in your marinara sauce is that it's gonna make it nice and sweet. That garlic will start to caramelize in the sauce, and that's what we want. We want a sweet sauce, okay? And we want, once we put that basil in with the turkey meatballs, it's just gonna all come up. The basil will go on the meatballs, and all the basil is just gonna come out of the meatballs and make the sauce sweet, and the garlic will make it nice and sweet, okay? So let's go ahead, and I'm gonna go ahead and take my chef's knife. I'm gonna smash my garlic. What you wanna do is take the back of your knife and you're just gonna pop it. And you see that? It's that easy. And it just falls right out. And then you have your peel, okay? So I'm gonna do all those like that. I'm just gonna pop them a couple times. And they're gonna fall out. Okay, if you guys are cooking live with me, go ahead and you can share the video also. If you know anyone that is trying to eat healthy, trying to get healthy, eat healthy, you know this video would benefit them, go ahead and share it, okay? I really appreciate it if you would share the video so that we can all just get to cooking and just eating healthy, okay guys? So right now I'm just gonna take the peels off of the garlic. Okay. The onions are starting to cook. I hear them sizzling over there. All right, I have a couple more. Now let's get this one out of there. They just roll right off, so very easy. This is the easiest way to chop garlic. Just pop them out and they come right out. Okay. Pop that one. Okay. If you don't like fresh garlic, you know, you can always, I mean, I really, you know, fresh garlic really makes a sauce. I mean, I can't be without it. But if you guys don't like it, if it's too strong for you, you can always use granulated garlic too. If, you know, whatever you love, that's what you do. Okay? Alright, so I have all of my garlic out. Alright? It's nice and sticky. It's nice and pungent and strong. I love the smell of it. Let's get all the peel off of there. Alright guys, so now what we're going to do is just come in there with that knife and we're just going to chop it. And I want a nice chop on it, a nice small chop, because I want those nice small pieces of garlic in the sauce, all through the sauce, okay? So what you want to do is just keep running your knife through there. Okay, and just keep running it through those small chops. If you're not, like I said, you can always use the smaller knife. It'll just take a little longer. Use that small knife if you need to, no problem. And just keep running over it, and it's gonna get smaller and smaller. Okay, so there we go. I'm gonna scoop all that up and put that in my pan. So we have our onions and our garlic cooking. Okay, let me clean up real quick. Okay, clean my cutting board off. All right, let me just take my spoon, and I want to just, I have some tongs, and I want to just go ahead and, we don't want the garlic to burn, so just be careful. Don't have it too high. Okay, we just want that to saute for a little bit. Okay, for just a couple more minutes, and then we're going to go ahead and add our marinara in there, okay? Okay, so we'll let that cook just real quick, and let's go ahead and chop our basil. I'm going to go ahead and chop our basil for our turkey meatballs, okay? And we will add our seasonings. I'm adding Himalayan pink sea salt and these rainbow peppercorns. Any type of black peppercorns you have will work, okay? I'm going to wash those onions and garlic over there. I don't want them to burn. And so let's go ahead and just chop our basil now. All right, so I have some fresh basil here. And I get these from Fresh Grocer. They're actually 99¢. They're the singles. I really love them. And you can see, look how much I got. And the basil just smells amazing. I love the smell of basil. It's just so sweet. I love it. And so we're going to go ahead and just use the leaves. Okay, so I'm going to take the leaves off of the stems. Okay, and these are for our meatballs. They've been cleaned already. There's some little dark spots on them. They're not dirt. They've been cleaned. Okay, I'm going to throw the stems out. We don't need the stems. Okay, and I'm just going to take them. Just get all your leaves. You can line them up however. And actually an easy way to do, you guys do collard greens or any type of greens, you roll them. That's how I've always been taught. My grandmother told me to roll. Okay, so we roll them and then we chop. Very easy. It's like a chiffonade. Right, nice long strips. Alright, that's to start it off. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go back to my pan over here with the onions and garlic. Okay guys, we gotta multitask. We don't want that garlic to burn. So that is done. Alright, and what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna throw my marinara sauce in there. Let me grab a spoon real quick. Okay, so you can have, whether you have a saucepan or a pot, okay, it's up to you. It doesn't really matter as long as it's nice and deep. I'm going to go ahead and add that marinara in there. Okay, and so I'm doing, this is 28 ounces. So I bought 3 cans, and I'm going to try to do about 2 cans at first. You know, we want to have enough sauce to be able to cover the meatballs, so I'm gonna go ahead and just add 2 cans for now. I like to have an extra can on hand if needed. You know, you can't go wrong with a lot of sauce, right? We love a lot of sauce with our pasta and our meatballs. Okay, that's a must, right? Okay, So for now, I'm going to add the 2 cans in there. That's going to cook. Now we want this sauce to get nice and hot. It's going to start to bubble, so you want to be careful. Make sure you put your lid on there. I want to, I'm going to go ahead and add my seasonings real quick also. Okay, so the seasonings that I'm using, let me show you real quick. All right, so I have my 21-day seasoning Salute. Okay, if you don't have this, it's from Trader Joe's. I said that you could get like a Mrs. Dash, any type of salt-free seasoning that you love. I have my red chili like pepper flakes, and I have some Italian seasoning. Okay, so these are the 3 we're going to use. We're going to use about 1 to 2 tablespoons each. Okay, so let me go ahead and grab my tablespoon real quick. Okay, so for this 21-day seasoning Salute, I'm going to put a tablespoon of that. Right. Let me turn this down a little because it is starting to bubble. I turned it down to medium so hurry up and get our seasonings in. And then, now the red pepper flakes, I don't want too much heat. So what I'm going to do is put a teaspoon. I take that back. We'll do a teaspoon of that. Okay, because I don't want too much heat, but I do want a little heat because it's going to balance out the sweet garlic. Okay, so we have that. All right. Now, as far as my Italian seasoning, this is a grinder, okay? They didn't have what I wanted today when I went to the store, so I can't take this top off. But I want to show you a good Italian seasoning. This is a really good one. When you can see the little seeds and the buds in there, that's what you want, okay? See those buds and seeds? Okay, so I'm just going to grind this in, and I want a good tablespoon. This one has basil, oregano, let's see what else, and it has some rosemary in it. Okay, so that's about a good tablespoon. Let me get my spoon. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and mix that in, the seasonings. It smells amazing. It smells so nice in here. You smell that Italian seasoning. You smell that garlic. It smells so nice. Alright guys. So I'm going to put a lid on that and I'm going to let that simmer on medium. Okay? Alright, so let's get back to our turkey meatballs. Okay, so we were chopping our basil. I'm going to go back to that basil and I'm going to make smaller chops. I can smell it. It smells amazing. It smells sweet. It smells like a fresh garden in here from that basil. Really nice smell. Okay, almost like mint. It's really sweet basil. Okay. So all of the oils are being released. As you can see, it's getting wet and it's turning dark. So what I have here is I have 2 pounds of halal ground turkey. Okay, any kind of ground turkey you want to use, go for it. Okay, even if you wanted to add some, sometimes I add some sweet turkey sausage. Okay, and sometimes I make my own. And what I do is I'll add some licorice. I'll put that in to make the sausage. So easy way to make sausage with ground turkey. Okay, so let me go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and add the basil in there. Okay, so we have that basil, and what you want is you want to use a pound of meat per 28 ounces of sauce. Okay, so we use 2 28-ounce cans of sauce per pound of meat, and we have 2 pounds of meat. Okay, so now what I want to do is I'm gonna add my pink Himalayan salt and my rainbow peppercorns to my meat, and I'm going to add about a teaspoon each. Let me go ahead and grind that up. I have a grinder. Okay, so we have the sea salt, and now I will do the peppercorns. Okay, and now we have the peppercorns. All right, and those are, see, so we're building our layers. We're building our layers of seasoning, okay, with our sauce and also with our meatballs, okay, and that is it. So you want to get your hands in there, and we're just going to start grinding it up. Just make sure everything is incorporated evenly and mixed through. This is a light, clean, healthy meatball. We're not using eggs and we're not using breadcrumbs, okay? The way my grandmother and my aunts taught me, with breadcrumbs and eggs, okay? You don't have to add that stuff unless you want to, but we want to eat healthier, okay? We want to start eating healthy. And so, and you know, I love to eat low carb, and this is what I try to teach. So, try a different way of making meatballs, and you might love it, okay guys? So, and it's fast and it's easy, and you're done. No wet eggs on your hands or anything. Okay, so now from there, we're just gonna start. Let me clean my cutting board off, the basil. Okay, and then we're just gonna get in there and we're gonna start making our meatballs. But real quick, let's check our sauce. Let me grab my spoon. Okay, it's boiling, it's on low. It smells so good. All right, that's good. All right, now I want to turn it up to high because when we do our meatballs, we want it to be bubbling. Let's check our pasta water. It is starting to boil. I'm going to go ahead and let that continue to boil a little because I don't want to put the pasta in yet until I get my meatballs in. So we'll leave that for a minute. All right, let's roll our meatballs. So the smaller the meatball, the quicker it's going to cook. All right, so just keep that in mind. I like a small meatball. I don't like them too big. If you like yours bigger, you can, you know, have them however you want them. You know, get the kids, if you have kids, get them in the kitchen rolling. My kids love to roll meatballs. They're always asking me, can I help? Can I help? I want to help, you know. So something fun that the kids can do with you, okay? So I'm just in here and I'm rolling, and it's just quick and it's fast and it doesn't take long. You know, this meal could be done like within an hour, okay? And if you prep ahead of time, it could be done even quicker. So, just rolling our meatballs. Okay. And I always try to get, out of 2 pounds of meat, at least 20 to 30 meatballs, depending on the size. Okay, let me just... While I'm doing this, I'm going to look at my sauce. Okay, the sauce looks good. It's not too hot yet. So these meatballs, we will be putting in our hot marinara sauce, okay? And they're going to cook, and they're going to be nice and soft. And the sauce will cook them. The basil will start to... just start to come out of the meatballs and just fragrant the sauce, and it'll just be amazing and yummy and just delicious. All right. And like I said, if you need that extra can of sauce, you'll have that. You can add that in there. We want the sauce to just cover the meatballs when we put them in. Okay, and I'm rolling, and I'm rolling. All right. Try to make them about the same size. Excuse me. Okay. Almost done, guys. So we're rolling. Okay, and you can do any type of meat you want, okay? I do ground turkey, whatever type of meat you like. You know, ground turkey is nice. It's light. You know, it's healthy. It's the meat of choice nowadays, okay? whatever meat that you prefer, you know, that's fine. Go for it. I always tell people, do what you love. I mean, you know, please stay healthy though, because, you know, we want to be healthy, right? But at the same time, if there's a meat that you prefer, then make sure you do what you love, okay? What your family loves, okay? Right? Right, so once we finish our turkey meatballs, we're going to put them in the sauce. And then from there, we're going to go ahead and add our pasta to our hot water. And while the meatballs are cooking, we're going to start on our zucchini spirals, okay? And I will be using a spiralizer for that. I have the Veggetti spiralizer, which I love. You know, you can spiralize anything with this. Squash, zucchini, carrots, cucumbers, you know. I love this, a tool that ever since I've gotten it, I've been using it constantly in the kitchen. So I really love it. All right, guys, and we're done, okay? And there are the meatballs. Voila. Okay, so let me just grab my bowl. Let me clean this real quick. So I'm gonna clean up a little. Okay, I'm going to slide this down, and we are going to go ahead and add that. Let me just clean up a little, guys. We're going to go ahead and add the meatballs to the sauce. Okay, so the sauce is cooking, and this is how we want it. We want a boil on it. It's nice and hot. Make sure you're constantly stirring it, because sometimes those onions and the garlic will stick to the bottom. Okay. All right, so now what we'll do is we're gonna drop those meatballs into the sauce. Okay. And you just wanna drop them all around. Be careful, because it is, so you wanna move fast because it is popping, it's boiling. We can cut it down just a little. I want it to be hot though. So just move fast, be careful. If you need to cut it down, go ahead. But this is the temperature that you want it. You want it to be nice and hot. So just move fast. And that's why I said go ahead and make sure they're separate. You have some space in between them. And you see how I have them small, so there's enough space for all of them. Some will fall to the bottom, that's fine. Okay. The important thing is once you get them in there, you don't want to move them around, because they'll break up. So let's be careful. Just go ahead and once you get them in there, to be careful. And I'll just take a little spoon. Just be really careful. And I just want to cover. I want to get down on the sides and bring that hot sauce up. That's what I want to do. Because I don't want to like move them around too much. Like I said, they'll break if you do. So if you can go along the sides, just get some of that marinara and cover them up. That's what you want to do. Grab that sauce from the sides. It smells so good. These will take maybe 15 to 20 minutes. Okay, and you can just pat them down just a little so you can go down into the sauce. You know, you can touch them, but just don't put a big spoon in there and start stirring them, because that's what will break them up, okay? Alright guys, so we're just going to let those cook. Once they start to cook, then you can get in there with a spoon. Alright, so that's how we'll leave them. I'm going to cover them back up. I'm going to check them from time to time, because I do have them on high. Alright guys, so let me, so now let's go ahead and add our quinoa pasta. I wanted to have two options for you guys. I love eating low carb. I'm actually down now about 45 pounds now. And so I love eating low carb. It's working for me. I'm losing weight on my weight loss journey. But from time to time, I do eat a little pasta, okay? And my first choice is quinoa pasta. I get this from Trader Joe's. It is a healthy complex carb, which is what we want. We want to try to do those healthy carbs, okay? So I have that. Let me go ahead and cut through this. And we already have our water boiling. Okay, I'm just going to cut it up a little. Okay, I did cut it down. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead. We added our sea salt to it. And now I'm just going to drop my pasta in there. Try to grab it out of the bag all together. There you go, and we'll drop that in. Okay, we'll leave that there whole, and it will drop. Okay, I'll leave the lid off. We'll wait for that to fall down. We'll see it's already dropping, okay, from the heat. And we'll stir it and we'll cover it back up so it can boil. Okay. So real quick, I'm gonna clean up. And then we'll go ahead and get started with our zucchini spirals. And then we're gonna put this together. I have some nice platters that I brought for serving. We're gonna put it together on some really nice platters, and I also have some. I have a nice, some nice bread to add to that. Okay, a treat to go with it. Okay, and I have some vegan mozzarella. Okay, to add on top. Okay, so let's go ahead. I'm gonna clean up. I'm gonna go over here and get my Spaghetti Pro. And that's what we'll be using for our spiralizer. Any spiralizer will work, whatever one you have. Okay, let me grab that real quick. Okay guys, so let me actually move it this way since I'm right-handed. Okay. That there. Okay guys, sorry about that. Okay, so I have some nice organic zucchini. Okay, I have about 3 of them. I'm gonna open this up. All right, real quick, our pasta is fallen into the pot, and what I wanna do is go ahead and grab my lid. Have my tongs. Okay, and we just want to move that around in there. Be careful, don't burn yourself. Oh, okay. And what I like to add also is a little bit of olive oil. About a teaspoon of olive oil. I'll just go ahead and use my top. Just a little drizzle, and that keeps the spaghetti from sticking. Okay. So we put a little sea salt and a little olive oil. I'm going to cover that up because we want that to boil. Okay, so that's ready to go. It's on high. Let's check the meatballs real quick before we cut the zucchini. So they look good. You can't see them, but they're looking good. They're smelling amazing. Once you see those little bubbles coming up, the sauce is getting thinner. You know that the magic is working, right? These meatballs are getting nice and saucy and delicious. All right, so just keep them covered. All right, and then they're gonna cut. It can hollow and get down there. Just make sure you move it around in the middle. We don't want nothing sticking, right? There we go. All right, we're gonna continue to let that cook. All right, back to our zucchini. So I have my zucchini. 3 beautiful zucchinis, beautiful. They are organic. I purchased them today. One of my favorite vegetables, zucchini. I love squash too. Let me go ahead and wash them real quick. Okay, dry them off. Okay, so now what we want to do is, I'm gonna get my cutting board. Okay, so what we want to do is we're going to go ahead and chop off the ends, okay, of the zucchini. All right. Just chop off all the ends. These are so beautiful in color, so nice. I love zucchini. I chop it and I cut a little onion with a little olive oil and some Italian seasoning and a little black pepper. And I like to eat it in the morning for breakfast. Sometimes I'll eat it with my eggs. I actually love a vegetable in the morning with breakfast. Some type of saute, you know? Okay. All right, so this machine has 3 blades. We're going to use the thick spiral. I want to show you. That's the Spaghetti Pro, right? Let me show you the box real quick. It's up here. All right, you guys probably have seen it, right? All right, this is the newer one. It's the larger one. Okay, so I have 3 blades. I have a thick spiral blade on here. This is the one I have, okay? Just slide it and it pops right in. And then there's 2, there's a ribbon blade and we have a thinner spiral, okay? The thin one. This one I usually will use for pasta salad, okay? Never have used the ribbon one, so maybe one day I'll be using that with you guys. I gotta see what I can use it with. Okay, so we're gonna use the thick blade, all right? So what you wanna do is you wanna take your zucchini. Sometimes it takes a minute to get this thing going. You gotta add some muscle into it, right? Okay, and sometimes the zucchini can be a little too long, so we'll just we can cut it. So I'm gonna cut another little piece. There we go. Now that's perfect. And what you want to do is you just want to stick it right there where the blade is. Okay. Sorry. Right up at the top. And then that will go in. Make sure it's together. Okay, we'll put our plate there. And then we'll just start. Now let me check my water. Sorry about that, guys. The pasta is boiling. I just want to take that lid off a little bit. Let me just check that real quick. Okay, the pasta looks good. It's boiling. Okay. Make sure that's not sticking. Alright guys, sorry about that. Okay, so now we just want to go ahead and hold that. And as you can see, let me try to get the camera in there so you guys can see it. It's going to make these beautiful spirals. Okay. Just like spaghetti, right guys? Just like spaghetti. Healthy zucchini spirals. And then you have this little weird piece that pops out the middle. That looks like a long mushroom. Okay, and that's that, okay? And look at these beautiful spirals. I love it. Just look like curly fries, right? Okay. That's right there. That's ready to go. Okay, we're just going to add our hot pasta on there. It's going to cook the noodles. Kind of a little raw, but it's just going to heat them up. So now when you pull this out, back it up, and you're left with, be careful, this little piece. Looks like a little mushroom. A little long mushroom. Okay, you can save that, add it to something, no problem. Alright, let's go to the next one. I cut a little piece because it is a little too long. We'll do another one. I'm actually going to do just 2. I don't think I need to do 3. Just hold that machine tight. Make sure you're holding it tight. It doesn't get away from you. There you go. Beautiful. Oh, I love it. I just love it. This one came out really good. Look at all those curly zucchini noodles. Yum, yum, yum. Bismillah. Nice and crunchy and fresh. Okay, and then you pull back and you have that little funny looking mushroom. Okay, so we're done with this. This is done. Okay, nice and fast. I'm gonna save this for something else. I don't think we need two. Okay, so that's our zucchini spirals. Beautiful. All right, let me move this and clean up real quick. We'll check our meatballs. All right, guys. All right, so let's go ahead and check our meatballs real quick and see how those are looking. They're boiling. Let me go ahead and grab my spoon. Where is it? All right, so now we should be able to kind of get in there. You see how they start to form? That's what we want. They're starting to form, they're cooking. All right, I have that on high. The light is not on. Right, so it's boiling. Okay, and then let's go ahead and I'm going to cover that back up. It's cooking, it looks really good. Let's go ahead and cover that. Okay, and now I just want to check that pasta, and that looks ready. Noodles are nice, soft, a little al dente. See that? We don't want them don't cook them too long, because then they'll get mushy. And remember, this is the brown rice, so it's a little different, okay, than the white pasta. Okay, you don't need to cook it too long because it will get mushy. I'm gonna go ahead and take that out now. And let me grab my colander. Okay, now while the meatballs are cooking, I have a nice French baguette that I got today. It's actually an organic baguette, all right? So I'm gonna move my noodles out of the way, and we're gonna go ahead and make some bread. And I have a little, I wanna show you how to make a nice butter sauce with a little garlic, okay? Okay, I'm gonna drain the spaghetti. This is done. This looks like, okay, put this here. Okay, the spaghetti is nice, it's al dente, okay. I'm just gonna put that right there on the top, let it cool off a little bit, all right. Okay, so I wanna go ahead and, while the meatballs are cooking, the spaghetti is done, the meatballs are cooking, I wanna go ahead and make a nice butter sauce with some Italian seasoning, some fresh butter, a little red pepper flakes, and we're gonna make it and put it on our baguette. Okay, this is a nice baguette I got today from Trader Joe's. Okay, beautiful, it's organic, it's nice and soft. And it smells amazing. I love bread. It's like a weakness of mine. So, but I have little, okay? So let me go ahead and grab a cutting board. Cutting board. We're going to chop our bread. And what I want to do is, let me grab Okay, so what I want to do is I'm going to take this baguette out. I'm going to throw it in the oven real quick. I want to warm it, okay? And what we'll do is make our butter sauce. Okay, I just want to toast it a little bit. So I'm going to put that on a sheet pan. I'm going to throw it in the oven for like 5 minutes and I'll come back and we're going to go ahead and make our butter sauce, okay? Let me do that real quick. Alright guys, so what I have here is I have my butter, and what I want to do is I want to cut a half a stick of butter, okay, for our bread. Alright, so I'm going to just go on the line, cut that in half. It's a little soft already, but what I would like to do is just pop it in the microwave real quick. Let me do that real quick, guys. Now you know what, and then we'll add our seasoning. Let me pop that in the microwave. I'm going to put it on a minute. Okay, and then what I want to do is I want to just cut a clove of garlic to put in my, see if we can just pop one out. There we go. Just one clove, because we want to make garlic bread, right? So we need some fresh garlic, okay? All right, I'm melting the butter. Let me go ahead and grab that. All right, that's done. Nice and fast, right guys? Okay, let me grab my chef knife. Let me clean that off. Let's check our meatballs real quick. Okay, and this is what you want. You see how that's boiling? Right guys, it's boiling. It's looking great. All right, that's what we want. Nice sauce. Okay, we'll cover that back up, let that cook some more. That's beautiful. Alright. Alright, so let's go ahead and make our sauce. So I have my chef knife. I'm gonna just pop that garlic, and I want to smash it again like we did earlier. Release those oils. And what I want to do is I want to like just really make a garlic paste. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep smashing it, and I'm going to rub it into the cutting board. Okay, just keep like smashing it. Let me even get a spoon. Okay, so I don't have a garlic press, and this would be good like to, excuse me, from the onion. This would be good like if you had a garlic press, but if you can take the back of a spoon, you can smash that garlic. Okay, and I just want to smash it because I want to make like a paste for the bread. All right, well, I'll go ahead and chop some of that up though. It's just gonna be a little smaller. We don't want too much garlic. But we just want that garlic-like flavor and that taste on the bread. Okay. Oops. All right, guys. All right. So by smashing it, it just everything, just all the aroma and the fragrant came out. Okay. We're gonna take that and put that in our butter. Alright, I dropped that in the butter. Alright guys, and now what I want to do is just a little bit of peppercorn, the red pepper flake, okay? So I'm just going to take like a 1/4 teaspoon. And you know, not just for heat, but for flavor, okay? For flavor, for color. Right? You know how you see that garlic bread already made in the store? You know, that is, they put some red pepper flake. It gives that nice red color. Then we're going to put some of the Italian seasoning in there. Okay. I would say a good teaspoon of that. Okay. And that's what you're going to use for your garlic bread. Okay, make sure you have real butter. You know, you need the real thing. You don't want any margarine. I mean, if you're on like a diet restriction and that's all you can have, then that's what you do. But when I'm making garlic bread, I always make sure I'm using the real butter. Okay, I'm gonna grab my baguette out of the oven. Let me do that real quick, and we're gonna cut it up. Off real quick, slice that up, and then we're going to grab our platters and we're going to start to plate. Let me check those meatballs again, make sure everything is good, nothing is sticking or burning. Just check that. They're boiling. Okay, you want to make sure you're constantly checking them. Okay, and then you want to stir them. Now you can stir them because as you can see they have formed. You want to make sure you're stirring them, getting all those little bits from the bottom of onion and garlic. We don't want anything to burn, okay? And it smells so nice in here. So nice. Nice and hot. The sauce is just cooking them. All right. I say about 10 to 15 more minutes on those. All right, let me grab my baguette out of the oven. All right, it's nice and warm to the touch. Okay, I'm gonna just grab my platter that we're gonna be using. All right, guys. I want to show you these beautiful platters that I have. Very pretty. These are old school platters. Some of you might actually have these in your kitchen. These are beautiful. They're lined in gold. You know, very pretty 18 karat gold. They've actually were passed down to me. Very special to me. So I always try to take care of them. As you can see, I've used this one more than this one. This one looks more new, but I love these. They're so pretty, and especially when you're serving, you have family over, guests, okay? So let's go ahead and let me just get this real quick. Let me just check my pasta. I want to make sure that it's still warm so that it's getting ready to plate up. All right, guys. So we have our bread. And what you want is a serrated knife, which I don't have on me today, but I'm gonna try my best to cut it with a chef's knife. Now when you have bread, you want the serrated knife. It's the really long one, kind of rectangular, and it has the little edges. Okay, so what we're gonna do, I'm gonna cut from our baguette, and I want to make just little rounds. That's what I want. If you want to slice it down the middle and open it up, you can do that. Okay, if you hold it nice, you see, you really kind of need a serrated knife. Let me even try my well, you know what, this one might be better. Okay, we're just going to work with what we have, and I'm just going to cut little circles. Like I said, if you have a serrated knife, make sure you use that. It will be much easier. Okay. And about 1 to 1.5 inches. You want to cut them. It's nice and warm. We're going to add that nice warm butter to it. Make sure that's still hot. It is. Okay. Put the tips off. Alright, guys. So now what I want to do is I'm going to turn them all over. Put the tips over here somewhere. You can save those for later. We won't plate those though, okay? And I'm gonna let me grab a brush real quick, hold on. Okay, so what I have is I have a small brush, okay, and we're gonna use this for our butter, okay? So we're gonna go on in there with that nice herb butter. We got that garlic in there, red pepper flakes. We have the Italian seasoning. We're just gonna dab that on. Look at that, guys. Oh, my goodness. Look at that. Just mix that, make sure you get everything in there. Look at that garlic. Nice, fresh. This is how you make garlic bread, guys. Real garlic bread. Don't buy it in the store. They have a lot of salt and different things in there. All we put was the butter, and it's actually the salt-free butter, okay? We have our Italian seasoning. You know, I always tell people, spice up stuff with seasonings. Stay away from a lot of salt. I mean, we don't need a lot of salt. And if you are going to use salt, use the pink Himalayan sea salt. Nice. I'm sorry you see these little pieces coming from the brush. Okay, I'm try to, and a few of them. Alright, guys. Running out of butter. All that garlic is at the bottom. That. Beautiful. And it was just enough too. Alright, we're set. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and plate up. One moment, let me just clean that up real quick. We're gonna get our meatballs out and we're gonna plate it all up, guys. Alright guys, so what I want to do is, let me just clean up. I'm going to move everything out of the way. My butter. Alright. Okay, I'm checking the meatballs again for a final time. And come over and see. Alright, the meatballs are good. I'll give them another good 5 minutes. Alright, I actually want to always test mine. I don't know about you guys. Usually they're done once they float to the top. But you know, I like to try one. I like to cut one open. I want to make sure that they're good. They're cooked thoroughly. Okay, I'm going to grab a small plate and put a couple on there real quick just to see. Do a little test to make sure those are ready to go. Let me grab a small plate and a fork. Alright guys, so let's just grab a few. And you know, remember, you want to have them the same size. Remember what I said, because they'll cook evenly, and that's what we want. Look at the garlic. Do you see the pieces of garlic and the onion? Alright, so when you have them all about the same size, that's what you want. You don't want big ones and little ones. You want them just about the same size, okay? And as you can see, they cook fast because I had them small. You see the pieces of basil in there. They look beautiful. I'm going to take a taste real quick. All right. Very good. A little spice in there. Okay. So those are ready. And if you want the sauce to be a little sweet, what I do is, if you want it even more sweeter, you can add a little stevia. I'll take a few packets of stevia and put it in the sauce, okay? So you can add that too. But those are done. So let's go ahead and plate up, okay? So I have my 2 platters here. The large one, let's go ahead and I'll grab the spaghetti. Okay, so right here we have our quinoa pasta. Okay, it's nice, it's been drained. I'm just going to grab right in, get in with my fingers, and put some right in the middle. Any big pieces, you could just take those out of there. Okay. All right, that's that. And then we have our beautiful low carb option, which are our zucchini spirals. Okay, I'm gonna put those right in the middle of that platter. They're so beautiful, so green. I love the color. And that's our low carb option. Okay. Put a little more of that pasta in the middle. Okay. I want to build. Alright guys, don't be afraid to get your hands in the food. Okay guys, so we have that. Okay, now what I want to do is I'm gonna go ahead and take our meatballs. Let me get my spoon. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and take our pasta, take our platter over here. Okay, and I'm just gonna get another stir. And you know what, I always like to re-season before. So let me just go ahead and re-season real quick. I'll put a little bit more of the 21-day seasoning salute. A little bit more of that Italian seasoning. And just a little bit, well, you know what, I won't do the pepper flake, okay, because I feel like that was enough. I don't want it too spicy, okay? So I just re-seasoned with that. Let me grab my spoon. Just mix that around. All right, guys, and now we're gonna go ahead and plate up. I have my beautiful platter. I'm gonna put that sauce right on top. meatballs. It's all falling down. It's beautiful. Okay, and this could actually be a platter for a family, right? I have a family, we're a family of 6, so, you know, usually we'll serve like this and we'll put it in the middle of the table and everyone will eat. Okay, so that's that. That's our large platter. Look how beautiful that is, guys. Ooh, just makes you want to dig in, right? Okay, I'm gonna just move these meatballs over here. So pretty. It's hot, it's fresh, it's delicious. Okay, and let me just grab, just clean it up a little bit. I want to move the sauce over some. Always like my plates nice and clean. Okay, we want to put our bread on the outside. I'm going to clean that plate up a little. There we go. Nice and pretty and neat. All right, and now what I want to do is I have some vegan mozzarella cheese. Okay, guys. Now, you can use any type of cheese you want. If you have a regular mozz, Parmesan, any kind you want. You can, a Romano, you can use that, okay? So, I'm going to use this vegan mozz that I really love from Trader Joe's. And what I want to do is just put a little bit on the top. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get that open. And then we'll go ahead and do our low carb option, which are zucchini spirals next, okay? I hope you guys are cooking live with me, and I hope you guys are just enjoying this, okay? Because I really am. I love meatballs. I love Italian food. And this vegan mozzarella actually has a really beautiful melt to it. So I really like that. And you just put a little on top. You don't need a lot, okay? There we go. Now let's go ahead and we're gonna, let me turn my meatballs off because they're over here boiling away. All right, and now we're gonna add our toast, our little baguettes along the side. How pretty is that? Oh, so beautiful. Food makes me happy. I don't know about you guys. I love it. I love it. All right, now we're gonna put this here because remember, we don't want the bread on the low carb side, okay? So the bread is gonna be over here on this one. All right, there we go. And I'm gonna add just a little fresh basil on top. Okay, it's already been washed. And I just want a few sprigs of basil to put on the top of that. There we go. Okay, guys, just a little fresh basil. Beautiful. Okay, so now let's go to our other option, which is our zucchini spirals. Okay, so I'm gonna grab my meatballs. See all that fresh garlic right on top. And remember, if you want to heat up the zucchini spirals, you can. But you have to, you have to be careful because it will get mushy. So just be careful with that. The sauce will heat it up. So I just add the sauce to it and it's fine. Okay, and this is how I do it. I don't mind the raw. I don't mind it raw. Okay, guys. So it's up to you. You can heat it up just a little bit. Okay, and that's that option. Our low carb option. Let's clean our plate up. There we go. We're not going to add bread to this one, but what we can do is add a little fresh basil like the other one. Okay, and put that right in the middle. Some fresh basil, that greenness, that green on top. Beautiful basil on there. All right, guys, and that is the low carb option. Okay, so we have 2 options tonight. Okay, and that's it, guys. That is it. It looks beautiful. It's healthy. It looks delicious. It's fast. It's clean. It's delicious. All right, so let me just get a quick plate. Let me grab a fork. All right, guys, I'm ready to taste. Are you guys ready? I hope that your food is done. Let me go ahead and give both a try, okay? So I'm gonna go to my favorite, which is this one. I love the zucchini spirals and I like the low carb, okay? So I'm just gonna dig in there. I want some of that zucchini noodle. Let me just dig down because I told you, as you can see, the sauce will cook it. You see that? It's cooked it. Let me see if I can grab a meatball. There we go. All right. Delicious. It's delicious. It's hot, spicy a little. It hits you in the back of your throat. Sweet, amazing flavor. All right, and let's try the next one. This is our quinoa pasta. It's our healthier pasta. It does have the carbs in it though. Get a little bit of that vegan mozzarella cheese. And I will grab another meatball. These meatballs are fabulous, guys. You have to try them. You have to try them. Very good. Get some of that sauce. All right, guys. And our next one. Very good. Both are amazing. So good. A little bit of the garlic bread with that butter. So, it's delicious. So good. Let me grab a napkin real quick. Okay, both are amazing, guys. I hope that you try both of these dishes, okay? And try both. You know, if you're used to having the pasta, try the zucchini spirals, okay? If you want a low carb option. That's why I wanted to do two different ones tonight for you, okay? So I hope you guys enjoyed me cooking in the kitchen tonight. Thanks for coming. And if you weren't able to, please catch the replay. Please like and love and share my video with your friends and family, okay? I love you guys. I'll see you on my next Cooking Live Friday night. Take care. Have an amazing night. And I'll see you soon. Peace.